Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, go ahead and like, comment where you're from, and subscribe if you like the content that I'm providing. Today we're going to be doing a stitch along. It's a printed cross stitch kit by StitchChic. As you can see, it's some beautiful red flowers. So let's go ahead and dive into getting this kit together and getting into the stitch along. All right, so today we are going to be working on this lovely flower here, and it's going to be in this cream color. This is color number 5 on my legend. As you can see there, I have my needles there, so that way I know what color I left off on. It's going to look like this flower right here. So how's everyone's day going? This is my first stitch along, so we'll see how I like this format and if I like the way the video comes out, and if so, this will be how I continue. I plan on keeping my stitch alongs right around 15 to 18 minutes, just so that way it's not too time consuming. I know a lot of us that are in this community, we tend to watch other people while we're stitching just to give us some sort of companionship, because we're probably at home stitching by ourselves, or we're stitching with our family sometimes. So when I start my stitches, as you can see, I go under. I do a pin stitch. So I'll go under first. I might have to zoom in a bit. And then I just cut the tail of my thread. And let me see if there's a way for me to zoom in. And then I kind of just go from there. And I move left to right, top to bottom, however I see fit. This one has a lot of color blocking, as you can see. So it's not too bad. And again, like I said in my first review video, if you haven't watched that, head on over. It's 4 kits that I reviewed. I tend to do a lot of handheld stitching. It doesn't really bother me that much. My bigger projects, I'll probably, just for YouTube and filming purposes, do a scroll frame, just so that way it's a little bit more steady for you guys when you're viewing. And then I'll probably get a stand for that as well. Today, here in Colorado, we were under a blizzard watch, which was ironic considering it was just a little bit of rain, a little bit of sleet that came through this morning. My kids were pretty excited. They thought they were going to get a snow day. Little did they know they still had to go to school. Let's see, what have I done today? I've done laundry. I've washed my scrubs for my work week that's coming up. I did some homework, which was quite interesting considering my professor canceled 3 classes and then didn't make up the curriculum for us. So trying to figure that all out on my own was a little frustrating, to say the least, because I felt like my homework took a lot longer than it needed to take. But I got it done. Am I very confident on the test that I'm going to have after spring break? I'm probably going to have to study some more over spring break. But no big deal. Nothing that I can't do. Let's see. Tonight, my middle son, he has a band concert, so we'll be going to that tonight. Typically after band concerts, we we take him to a dinner just for having a good performance. It's just a little tradition we have. And then there's pretty much nothing else going on. I'm just sitting in my office / crafting room, doing my own little thing, getting all my videos filmed, working on some projects. I'll probably listen to some YouTube videos later, some Netflix, who knows? What have you done today? Anything productive? Anything fun? Those of you that live in the warmer states, I would definitely love to be there right now. Just because it's cold and windy here in Colorado right now. I prefer the cold when it's not so much windy. Like I can handle the snow, I can handle the ice. But when it's that frigid cold air that's bone chilling, you sometimes wish that it was just the snow instead. It seems sunny in my office right now, only because the blinds are open and the windows are closed. Sorry, windows are closed. But it's definitely cold out there. So hopefully today I'll be able to get a few videos recorded for the week. And they'll mostly be stitch alongs. I won't be doing like floss tubes and whips for a while, simply because I just started my channel. I know when I'm stitching, I like watching other people stitch as well. My daughter's home from school today. She had some dental work done yesterday, so if you hear doors closing and stuff in the background, I apologize. It's just one of my kids, my teenagers. You don't realize how much time you spend on stitching until you actually start recording videos. I always tell people, imagine how much of a patient person I am. I'm able to stab something over and over and over thousands of times, not get frustrated. That's what I tell my patients at the hospital too. They're like, you're so kind, you're so patient. How? I have hobbies that give me patience, and besides, I'm a mom. I feel like it goes with the territory sometimes. I'm definitely looking forward to spring break. I'm going back to school to finish up my nursing degree. And that's just tedious in itself. It's a lot of work, and I work full time at the hospital in a very busy unit. I work in the ICU right now as a patient care tech and then soon to be student nurse. But I love what I do. I really do like taking care of people. So I've come to find my tribe within my unit. I really do love my unit. It's funny because a lot of us on the unit actually do crafting. Some do cross stitch, some do knitting, some do embroidery, some do, what's the other one? Not knitting. Can't remember the name right now. They always laugh at me because I get it confused. I have no interest in it. I know that sounds horrible. Crocheting. There we go. Crocheting. They always joke around with me because they're like, Steph, they are not the same. They are to me. Kind of like they probably don't realize that cross stitch and needle pulling are two different things, right? So got to give them a little bit of grace from time to time. Now that I'm getting older, I like to do a lot more activities at home like this. When I was younger, I used to like snowboarding and a lot of outdoor activities. But between working in the hospital and being a busy mom of three and a student, I sometimes just like to veg out, to be honest. Just sit down and create a beautiful piece and go from there. You wouldn't think that this little section has taken 9 minutes, would you? I wouldn't have. Well, it also doesn't help that I keep snagging and knotting my thread today for some ungodly reason. Way of the land. Again, you have to be a patient person to do these kind of crafts, right? And sometimes I do just get frustrated, and if the knot can't come out, I do snip it. So don't judge, don't judge. Everybody has done it. I really do like these stitch alongs. I don't know how some of them do them for like an hour. How can you talk for a whole hour straight? I don't know. Maybe as time progresses and the more videos you do, the more things you find to talk about, I suppose. Versus me, I'm just starting out in the YouTube world and the recording world, right? So I'm sure I'll get more comfortable having conversations with myself. And eventually, as I get followers and people following along and commenting, I can interact a bit more. But right now, it's just me and my cross stitches. My husband was laughing at me yesterday because I did my first review video. And it took me a while. I mean, I would like to think that I'm pretty decently tech savvy. I wouldn't say that I know a lot, but I know enough to get me by. God bless your little heart to those of you that have been doing this for a while. Because my, oh my, when I say the technology was testing my patience, oh, geez Louise, it was testing my patience. Only because originally I was trying to use my iPhone to record, well, my spare phones. Because for me, I'm like, oh, I can just edit my videos on the go, but I don't have a Mac desktop. I have a Windows desktop. So every time I was trying to load my files, it was loading in the .mov file format. And then the files were too big to put into my templates that I have created. And so I just gave up. So I have my handy dandy computer camera, and it seems to be doing the trick, and I will take that for the win. Again, eventually, I'll probably invest in other equipment and whatnot, but as of right now, it's doing the job. You guys are able to see my videos. You guys are able to see what I'm doing. So I consider it all a win. I'm just working with the equipment I got for now. The only exception is I went and got a little stand for it with a ring light, and then I have another light above my table area where I sit and stitch, just for some extra lighting if I have to stitch at night or record a video at night. Homework. First of all, it was originally used for homework. My knots are really loving me today, aren't they? This is like, what, the fourth one? I think maybe next time I might wax my flosses, because today this is really working me. Normally I'm a little bit faster than this, but not today. As you can see, you have to be careful with those knots. Okay. There we go. So we've already gotten all this area. We finished up that flower there. So throughout the week, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see updates, and I'll also post little reels on TikTok as well. My handler on TikTok is Stitching with Steph. There'll be a QR code at the end of my video you can scan. And then if you don't like TikTok, head on over to Instagram, because I'm going to work on this throughout the week, just like my other projects you'll see. And I really want to get this flower done this week. This is my work project. And what I mean by that is, when I take my lunch breaks at work, I'll clock out for 30 minutes. And then I'll just stitch away for 30 minutes on my lunch. So this project has primarily been done while I was at work. Since October, I've been working on this one, just on lunches. Here and there, I'll work on it at home, just because, as you can see, it has a lot of bulk color. But these little intricate areas, like right here, That was tedious. Those take a while because there's a lot of rows where I have to start and stop because I don't carry my threads over if it's more than 2. Oh me, oh my, it's doing it again. So as soon as I'm done here with this, I'll finish up this row. I think next time I'm going to maybe cut my thread a little bit shorter for the sake of videos. Because as you can see, it just keeps. So how I tend to fix this is, it's a little weird. I'll put my finger in it and then pull it through. And then when it does that, that tells me that it's just a little too wound up a little. And then what I'll do is just like I'll let the needle free hang so that way it unravels. So it's a quick and easy way to fix your thread. And again, I know some people do over, under when they have hoops. I like this method simply because you can go pretty fast with your stitches as long as you don't have a whole bunch of knots, as you can see. But you can knock out a lot of stitches in a short amount of time if your thread does not keep trying to tangle on itself. And as you can see, I like to go finish a whole row, regardless if it's 2 or 3, just because I find it. I'll show you the back of my cross stitch in a second of how it looks, the reason why I like doing it that way. I like mirroring my patterns on the back. When I first started, didn't care. I didn't care if there was thread everywhere. I just wanted to learn how to perfect how to do the stitches properly and how to get them to lay flat and look uniformed and pretty, right? So now that I've been doing this for a while, I have that figured out. By no means would I consider myself an expert at this. There are people out there that do a lot more than I do. Alrighty, so this is how I typically finish my back off or my row. And it's just because we're gonna finish up this row and then finish this video. It's almost at 20 minutes already. I run my thread underneath 3 or 4 of the neighboring threads. And it stays nice and snug. Then I snip it. Oh look, one of my cats are with us today. And this is what it looks like so far on the back. So we finished this area here and started this red here. All right, friends. Well, that's conclusion of my first stitch along. Sorry I didn't get more done as my thread was bunching up a little bit here and there. Story of our lives as stitchers. If you don't follow me, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. You can head on over to Instagram where my handler is stitching_with_steph. Also, I'm on TikTok where I'll be sharing quick little clips of my whips throughout the week and sneak peeks of videos of upcoming type of content I'll be loading to YouTube. Again, thank you for coming along with this stitching journey, and I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.